Dobie has transferred its business to CFAO Motors Kenya, which was formerly Toyota Kenya, and with effect from 1st April 2023. Consequently, the respective business of CFAO Motors Kenya and Dobie will be run under one entity, which is going to now be CFAO Motors Kenya. Today we have gathered here to announce and witness a major strategic reorganization announcement that will guide the automotive firm's business in the market and basically over the coming years. But I'm sure you've all heard about CFAO. And I actually want to start by saying, what does CFAO really stand for? Okay. So to start off with, I think CFAO, just to let everybody know, really stands for Corporation for Africa and Overseas. Why? Because we have got 170 years experience working in Africa. We are actually directly involved in 47 countries and also operate in some of the French overseas territories. That's what basically CFAO really means. So it's really about Corporation for Africa and Overseas. And just to begin with, before we come into Kenyan context, I'd just like to give you a little bit of background on where we are. Sorry, it's a little bit small, but basically CFAO started business in Africa in 1852. And the first dealership agreement for selling Toyota vehicles was signed back in 1970 with 5 countries. It went further into acquisitions and joint ventures in non-automotive business over the years until today. On the other hand, we have got Toyota Tsusho Corporation, which started business in Africa in 1922, and the first Toyota vehicles were exported into Kenya in 1964, the same year that Kenya got independence. In 2001, a strategic move was made by Toyota Tsusho to acquire the shares, making Toyota Kenya at that time a fully owned subsidiary of the TTC, which is Toyota Tsusho Corporation. And in the year 2012, TTC and CFAO entered a strategic alliance. So basically in 2016, in 2016, Toyota Tsusho Corporation acquired 100% shares of CFAO. And with this acquisition, TTC, as part of the internal group reorganization, decided to integrate all its African operations, including those previously under Toyota Kenya, under CFAO. The intention was to create a significant automotive network in Africa by leveraging on CFAO's established markets in West Africa and with TTC's considerable presence in the Eastern and Southern Africa accordingly. TTC transferred the shares it directly held in CFAO Motors, formerly Toyota Kenya, to CFAO, resulting in CFAO's direct ownership and control of the Kenya's TTC group entities, including CFAO Motors Kenya and Dobie. So as you can see on the screen, we actually had the internal integration business reorganization, where we had got basically the 3 companies, which was previously Toyota Kenya, Dobie, Toyotsu Automark. We went further in merging or integrating the Automark business, which was the used car business, into one, and also had a name change from Toyota Kenya to CFAO Motors. Then now we're in the process, and here we are today to witness the announce really that Dobie has transferred its business to CFAO Motors Kenya, which was formerly Toyota Kenya, and with effect from 1st April 2023. Consequently, the respective business of CFAO Motors Kenya and DT Dobie will be run under one entity, which is going to now be CFAO Motors Kenya. The internal restructure brings together two strong, well-established and respected automotive companies in Kenya, which will continue to provide our excellent and diverse product and services all under one entity, which is now going to be called CFAO Motors. So today we are here to witness the integration of the two very well-established automotive companies, which is DT Dobie and CFAO Motors Kenya, into one, which will now be called CFAO Motors. And to take it further, I'd just like to take some time to explain a little bit of history in Kenya and what basically and where we really started for. I think this will give us a little bit more context when we look at DT Dobie and formerly Toyota Kenya and what we've actually done. So DT Dobie started business in 1949 with the inception of Mercedes-Benz dealership and started local assembly in 1976. In the year 2000, DT Dobie was acquired by the CFAO Group and continued to expand its product offering by starting Hyundai business in 2012, Volkswagen business in 2014, and now Sinotruck being the latest entry in 2022. On the other side, Toyota Kenya at that time started business, like I said, in 1964, the same year that Kenya got independence, and in 1977 started local assembly at AVA Mombasa. In 2001 was when Toyota Tsusho Corporation acquired the Toyota business and continued to expand its product offering by starting Hino business in 2013, Suzuki in February 2022, and now we have actually rebranded from Toyota Kenya to CFAO Motors Limited. And in 2023, CFAO Motors and DT Dobie now operate as one single entity, like I said, under the banner of CFAO Motors. What is our vision as the new company? As a vision, we want to be the preferred partner for mobility solutions because we want to give you mobility solutions going forward through a dynamic and motivated staff, because we believe in people, we believe in our people to be dynamic, who are dynamic and very motivated in a sustainable environment, because the environment is obviously changing. We want to go green. There's a lot of talk about going green, about electric vehicles, about hybrid vehicles, and how the whole environment is actually changing. So we want to be a preferred partner for mobility solutions through the dynamic and motivated staff in a sustainable environment. Our mission is to ensure that we can develop as a one team, have a one team spirit and operate as one team, having one aim under one company name, so that we can provide better delivery of services to the customers. The quality of relationship is very important to us, as we believe that with a one team spirit we can build relationships that will make it easier to have conversations that will help us improve our quality of actions, creating a win-win situation for all our stakeholders. As a combined force under CFAO Motors Kenya, we are a company with about 750 employees, having 11 brands under us, and a total market share of 28%. Our brand offering ranges from the two-wheelers Yamaha motorbikes that you can see here today, to passenger and commercial vehicles offering from Toyota, Suzuki, Volkswagen, and our luxury brand Mercedes, to our trucks and bus portfolio from Hyundai, Hino, Sinotruck, and Mercedes-Benz trucks and buses. As you can see, at CFAO Motors, we can now offer you a world of choice. Over and above this, we have our WinPart division that will offer independent aftermarket parts, such as Denso and Aisin, targeting pre-owned cars and establishing our quick service offering under the banner of AutoFast in collaboration with Total service stations. Our value proposition, what is really our value proposition? Our value proposition is that we would like to be your one-stop offering for all new cars, used cars, parts, service, as well as body repairs through our new state-of-the-art body shop, which has now been newly refurbished, as well as offer the same to the used car customers at a very affordable price. In line with job creation and Buy Kenya, Build Kenya, we continue with our local assembly at 2 plants, which is AVA and KVM. In line with this, we assemble Toyota Land Cruisers, pickups, Hilux range, as well as the highest at AVA Mombasa, and we assemble the Volkswagen, Hyundai trucks and Mercedes trucks at KVM, which is situated in Thika. We are now making study to introduce some new models to further enhance the local assembly, as well as working with some of the OEMs and local content suppliers to increase the local content in the assembly. Our network, we have got a vast network, the largest network in Kenya, with a total of 36 outlets from branches, dealers and authorized service centers. We are in the process to grow this to 44 outlets in the near future. These are some of the pictures that show our outlets, showing that we are present all over the country, including Kirinyaga Road, where we've got a part shop, as well as remote areas such as Lodwar, and with our latest truck and bus facility at Bonje in Mombasa. We are also finalizing the latest state-of-the-art facility in Kisumu, which should be completed by the end of this month. Okay. Our structure, the operations of CFAO will be managed as follows. As you've heard, I will be the managing director of CFAO Motors, and our operations will be basically divided into the following brands. We have the Toyota and Yamaha division. This division will be headed by Mr. Joshua Anya, Deputy Managing Director, who will oversee all the Toyota business, Automark pre-owned vehicles, as well as our Yamaha two-wheel division. Joshua will also be responsible for the new state-of-the-art body and paint shop. Okay. Our multi-brand and equipment division will be headed by Mr. Chris Ndala, Deputy Managing Director for Multi-Brand and Equipment Division, who will also oversee all the multi-brand passenger makes, which include Volkswagen, Suzuki and Mercedes passenger car. Our equipment division will include all our trucks and buses from Hino, Hyundai, Mercedes and Sino trucks. And then we have got our Winpart and Autofast division. This division will be headed by Mr. Abdul Rahman Mairi, Chief Operating Officer, who will oversee the value part as well as Autofast quick service stations, like I mentioned, which is in partnership with Total Energies. The back office support, teams such as finance, corporate support, will be headed by Mr. Irvin Conan, who's our group CFO, and other functions such as human resources and customer relations have been consolidated to ensure we operate efficiently and provide the first-class service to the customers and stakeholders. Finally, we are one company, we are one team with one aim, working for one country, which is Kenya, and extremely excited to be your preferred partner for mobility solutions under CFAO Motors Kenya banner. Thank you very much for listening to me, and thank you very much for being present here today. Thank you.